Okay, so I know this is a very random video, but in the last couple of days I analyzed a lot what's happening around me and probably around you too, and I realized how dangerous the world is just in general and how easily you can die only walking to school and back home. And just for some context, I live in Romania, but I don't think it really matters a lot because this is probably happening everywhere in the world. So only this week, if I wouldn't have been so careful when I crossed the road, on the crosswalk of course, I would have died at least 5 times. In 3 out of those 5 cases, I walked to the middle of the crosswalk after the cars that were coming from the left side stopped to let me cross the road. And from the right side, in the first case on Monday, it was an old man, like 70 years old, that was going with 60 kilometers an hour in a 30 zone, and he didn't even look to his left a millisecond to see if somebody, in that case I, was crossing. Again, I was exactly in the middle of the crosswalk, so he just continued driving with 60 kilometers an hour at a distance less than 1 meter between me and his car, so very close. On Wednesday, it was a man driving a BMW with the music in his car to max volume, so he probably couldn't hear anything, and this time he passed at 1 meter in front of me with like 70 kilometers an hour in a 50 zone, and exactly the same, he didn't even move his head 1 centimeter to left. And don't imagine that I wasn't visible or something like that, because all these events took place on a straight road. And on Thursday, it was a blonde lady, and she was around 30 years old, in a Mercedes-Benz, and she was not actually going over the speed limit, which was 50, and she was going like 45 kilometers an hour. But she was doing her makeup and she wasn't even looking through the windshield. So I did the same thing. I stopped in the middle of the crosswalk, not to die technically. And also, every time I walk to school every morning, half of the drivers are looking just down to their phones and they are not even paying attention to the road. And also, not to forget about pedestrians. Half of them, or maybe even more, are walking on the street with music blasting in their headphones, and when they go on crosswalks, they are not even looking to their left and right to make sure that the cars on the road actually stop to let them cross. Bad driving, and also pedestrians not paying attention on the crosswalks and sidewalks, is becoming more and more generalized. And that is a very bad thing because it will lead to a lot of consequences and unnecessary tragedies in the future. These were only 3 cases in a single week, and every new week there are other incidents like this. And for sure in your case too, not only mine. I wanted to make this video to remind everybody that our lives depend only and only on us. So if you watch the video until this point, remember, next time you drive or just take a walk, be more careful and also pay attention to the people around you. So if you enjoy listening to what I said and you want more people to hear this message, you can always share the video with your friends, family, or whoever you want with. Or if you agree or disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment. Or if you want to share an experience similar to this, you can do that as well. And thank you again for staying until the end.